Hey guys, it's Simi. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 10th of May, 2020 to talk about everything that went down tonight at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I thought the show was better than I expected, to be completely honest. And let's see. I mean, if I had to give it a rate, you know what? I'm going to wait till we recap it so I can think a little more on what I would rate the show. Because is it fair to say that I did and didn't like the Money in the Bank ladder match itself at the same time? You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was dumb, but I thought it was better than expected at the same time. So it's like, it wasn't good, if that makes sense. But first off, let's see who's here with us in the live chat. We got Mike, Ahsoka Skywalker, Michael Papini, Young Tev, Stephen Love, Nico Bellick, Sinclair Saturday, Kristen McNutt, Jose Delon, Wayne Montgomery, Derek Bocek, and so many more of you here in the live chat. If you guys want to give me your thoughts on tonight's pay-per-view, you can do so by texting 510-906-1341. Again, you can text 510-906-1341 to give me your thoughts on tonight's Money in the Bank pay-per-view that ended way sooner than I expected, hence why I'm a little late starting this. I assumed the show itself was going to run till 6:45, 7 at the least. Like, I honestly thought the show was going to run till 7 Pacific. And so that's why I'm a little late now, because I'm like, oh, well, damn, this show went a lot quicker than I expected. And that may be why I felt I kind of liked it a little better, because it was a faster show. It didn't go no 4 hours. It literally went 4, 5, like 2.5 hours. That was it. It was, to be honest, shorter than Raw. Without the pre-show. If you're not counting the pre-show, this show, I believe, was technically shorter than a Monday Night Raw. Because for me, it started at 4 p.m. and it ended at 6:30. Hold on. I know exactly what time it ended, because I sent a text right at the end of the show. Yeah, 6:30. This show was 2.5 hours long. This damn show was, and it was shorter than Monday Night Raw. Yeah, hold on one second. I had sent out a tweet about this. I didn't even think about it. In the Bank was shorter than an episode of Monday Night Raw. Mind blown. Mind blown for sure. Let me tweet that, and we'll get into it. Starting off with the pre-show match. Like, if you didn't watch the pre-show and you only watched the main card, it was shorter than a goddamn Monday Night Raw episode. I didn't really think about that till just now. But if you did watch the pre-show, then you saw a good match between Jeff Hardy and Cesaro. So the two of them had I guess you could say, great match when it comes to pre-show terms. I wouldn't say it was a great match overall, but it was great for a pre-show. Cesaro had the early advantage with the side back headlock. Hardy fought back and hit a power slam. Hardy jumped off the steel steps, but Cesaro caught him and dropped him over the barricade. Cesaro was firmly in control here and hit an elbow off the second rope. He slowed the pace down with yet another chinlock. Hardy fought back and sent Cesaro to the floor. Cesaro recovered and viciously whipped Hardy into the apron on the floor. He followed this up with a leg drop off the second rope for a near fall. Cesaro applied an abdominal stretch, but Hardy countered with a hip toss. Cesaro regained control, but Hardy hit a jawbreaker to take over. Hardy picked up the pace and scored a near fall. Hardy climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Cesaro cut him off. They fought on the top rope, but Hardy pushed Cesaro off. Hardy followed it up with a whisper in the wind and landed right on Cesaro's knee. So Cesaro started selling the knee pretty heavily from this point on. Cesaro rocked Hardy with a series of uppercuts. Hardy fought back and hit a twist of fate for a near fall. Hardy climbed to the top rope, and Cesaro cut him off with an uppercut. Cesaro then hit a gut-wrench suplex off the top. They fought around ringside. Hardy whipped Cesaro's knee first into the steel steps. Hardy followed this up with the crossbody off the barricade. Back in the ring, Hardy hit a swanton bomb and picked up the victory, winning what they said was his first match since his comeback, which it technically wasn't his first match since the comeback, because didn't he like a month and a half ago beat Corbin on an episode of Smackdown? I'm pretty sure. So as we go to the main card, the show opens up with the Fatal 4-Way for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The New Day defending against the Lucha House Party, The Miz and Morrison, and the Forgotten Sons. Forgotten Sons had Jackson Riker at ringside. And for anybody that's been asking, hey, where's Kalisto? Kalisto's been out since the end of December with a shoulder injury. Kristen, I wouldn't know what you're talking about since I've been live for 6 minutes, and if someone just tweeted something, of course I'm not going to see it, but I can look into it while we talk about this really fun tag team title match. I felt like this match had a really good pace to it. It didn't, like, at times you can think, okay, too much going on, but then at the same time, you can be like, not too much, and it actually makes some sense. So, early on, Kofi and Grand Metalik were in the match, and this is where the fast-paced action started going back and forth. Metalik hit a Hurricane Rana, but Kingston fought back. Steve Cutler made a blind tag, and Metalik fought back and hit a double springboard. Back elbow off the double springboard, back elbow off of the second rope. Steve Cutler then made the blind tag. Metalik fought back and hit a double springboard back elbow off the second rope onto the Forgotten Sons. In an excellent spot here, Metalik attempted to dive, but Morrison cut him off. Metalik hit a Spanish fly on Morrison off the top to the floor on top of everybody else. This looked super cool. Forgotten Sons then took over by isolating Metalik in their side of the ring. Lince Dorado got the hot tag and ran wild. Dorado hit a standing drop kick on Miz, which turned into a standing moonsault on Morrison for a near fall. New Day then hit a double foot stomp Doomsday device for a near fall. Miz tagged in and hit the skull-crushing finale for a very, very close near fall. All four teams started brawling. Dorado hit a springboard stunner on Morrison for another near fall. Dorado then hit a splash on Big E, and Metalik hit an elbow for a close near fall. Forgotten Sons broke that up, though. Big E launched Kofi over the top onto the Forgotten Sons at ringside. Riker attempted to interfere, and the referee cut him off. Told him, hey, no, you're not getting involved in this match. How about you just get out? Get out of here. And he was kicked out from ringside. Dorado and Metalik hit springboard crossbody blocks to the floor on all the heels. Metalik hit a springboard crossbody in the ring, but Big E caught him. Kingston then hit him with the Trouble in Paradise, hit the Trouble in Paradise on Lince Dorado. Big E then hit the big ending on Grand Metalik and picked up the victory, retaining the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. So we got a Lacey Evans video promising to win Money in the Bank later tonight and then cash it in on Bayley. Jolly Caruso who looked to be wearing a new engagement ring. I've never seen her wear that before, but on her ring finger, she had an engagement ring. So we'll see. Do I have something wrong? I might need to fix that. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I think I have one too many things here on my ticker. Next up, we did get R-Truth versus MVP. Well, it was supposed to be R-Truth versus MVP. So R-Truth came out and sang and danced, thinking that a crowd is here. You know, R-Truth's a little scatterbrained sometimes, so he assumed that there was a crowd here. He did his whole rigmarole, asked the crowd to say what's up. He thought the crowd said what's up. And then MVP came out, and they started basically, they started arguing over who's the better baller, I guess you can say. And this was kind of like the low point of the show for me. I could care less who the better baller was. Whether that was R-Truth or MVP. But in the end, it didn't really matter because Bobby Lashley ended up coming out. Bobby Lashley came out and was like, MVP, you got the night off. Get out of here, bro. And MVP just left. Like, he didn't even care. Like, I'd get mad if I'm out here. I got ready for a match and everything, and then some fool just comes out and says, oh, yeah, you don't need to do the match anymore. Like, I would be pissed if I was MVP. Because, you know, he's set up for this match, and crap. So he's set up for this match. He's all ready to go, and then just randomly Bobby Lashley can come down. Now, we don't know if maybe MVP set this up, and MVP had it set for, Bobby Lashley to come out. But Bobby Lashley ended up taking on R-Truth, and he dominated R-Truth, basically. He just basically told R-Truth, because R-Truth was like, can I have the night off too? Can I just leave? And Bobby Lashley was like, no. You can't just leave, bro. And this, like I stated, was kind of meh. Basically, R-Truth just got killed. Standing vertical suplex. R-Truth slipped out. Lashley recovered, hit a spear, and pinned him. That was it. Yeah, that was it. Nothing else happened in this match. So, going forward, earlier today, King Corbin discussed the Money in the Bank ladder match. He said that he was going to win for the second time, but this time it would be different. Kayla Braxton then interviewed Bayley and Sasha Banks as they were on their way out to the ring. Braxton wondered if Bayley blamed Banks for her loss on Friday on Smackdown. Bayley cut off Banks before she could talk and said there are no problems between the two. That they're fine, their friendship is stronger than ever, everything's good to go. Again, Sasha tried to talk, and Bayley cut her off and was like, let's go. So we had the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Bayley defending against Tamina. And this match was all right, better than I expected. That was the theme of the show tonight, I feel. Better than I expected. Most matches over-delivered from what I was thinking they were going to deliver. So, it was a basic match, but it picked up towards the end. Bayley taunted Tamina and tried to push her around. Tamina had enough of that and quickly took over early on. Bayley locked on a sleeper, but Tamina rammed Bayley into the turnbuckle. Tamina was firmly in control until Bayley went after Tamina's knee. Bayley slammed Tamina's knee into the ring post. She then followed this up by drop-kicking the knee against the ring post. Tamina recovered and hit a splash in the corner. Tamina attempted a super kick, but Bayley countered with a knee bar. Tamina fought on the ropes for a break. Bayley attempted a Samoan drop, but she couldn't hold her up and Tamina fell down on her. Bayley recovered and threw water in Tamina's face. So Bayley's at ringside, and she's like, I'm thirsty, I'm parched, I need a drink. And all of a sudden, it's like, well, I got a drink for you. And so Sasha grabs the drink from Corey Graves, and then Bayley's like sipping it. Like just barely sipping it. And then she just splashes it all in Tamina's face. Referee's like, Bayley, stop that. No more of that. Just get back in the dang ring. But they didn't get in the ring. Tamina snapped. And in the coolest spot in the match, and one of the coolest spots on an outside that I've seen in a while, Tamina grabs Bayley. She's like, they're looking at the announce table. She's got Bayley by like the throat almost. She turns around, throws Bayley in a way where Bayley literally flies up in the air, bounces off the ropes on the outside of the ring. Like, so Bayley's got to go up over the apron, bounce off the ropes, land back on her feet, and then boom, clothesline from Tamina. Super cool looking spot. I'd never seen that before. I thought it was really cool. So they're fighting, and Tamina throws Bayley back into the ring. Tamina then goes to the top to go for a splash, but then jumps off when she notices Bayley starting to put her feet up. Tamina then threw Bayley. Well, actually, before that, though, Tamina threw Bayley over the announce table. Then they got back in the ring. Then they did the whole splash spot. Tamina caught Bayley's leg and lifted her up. Tamina hit a super kick and then dropped her with a Samoan drop. As Tamina was going for the pin, though, Sasha slid into the ring. This distracted Tamina, and Tamina chased Banks out of the ring. Tamina picked up Bayley again in a Samoan drop, but Bayley reversed into a crucifix and pinned her to retain the title. Yet again, Bayley almost lost, but with the help of Sasha Banks, was able to retain the title. After the match, Tamina did a Samoan drop, and Banks made the save again. Banks beat down Tamina. So again, if it wasn't for Sasha, Bayley would not retain the title. At least, this is what they want you to think. In the back, Seth Rollins cut the same promo he's been cutting for so long. He's been saying, I need to be the champion. Drew, you're very, what's the word I'm looking for? What did he say? You're very talented. You're worthy of being the guy. But right now, I need to be the champion. I need to take that burden off of you. I need to be the one that has the, what's the word? The pressure of being the champion. And here's the thing that people haven't realized. That's the same storyline with Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. Bray keeps telling Braun, I want to take the burden off of you of being Universal Champion. I want the title. I want the burden. The same fucking thing on both brands. So next up, we did get the Universal title match. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. This did not fit my theme of the night of better than I expected. I actually was disappointed with this match. So Strowman had the early advantage as Wyatt was there as the normal Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt. Wyatt laughed and noted Strowman's strong. Wyatt briefly took over, but Strowman quickly regained control. Strowman tossed Wyatt into the ring post on the floor. Strowman threw him back in and hit a big splash. Wyatt rolled back to the floor. Strowman ran around ringside, but Wyatt moved and Strowman ran into the announce table. The Pig from the Firefly Funhouse then appeared and cheered on Bray. Wyatt did a DDT on the floor and used the clothesline for a near fall. Wyatt then did a tornado DDT and a Sister Abigail for another close near fall. Wyatt went for the Sister Abigail again, but Strowman countered with a choke slam. Strowman then hit a splash in the corner. He ran around ringside and knocked Wyatt into the barricade. Wyatt recovered and knocked Strowman off the apron. Suddenly, Strowman just stood up, and he was wearing the black sheep mask. Wyatt was thrilled to see this, and he kept saying, I told you, I told you. And Strowman and Wyatt hugged in the middle of the ring. Bray was on his knees. Braun then slid into the ring and got down on his knees before they both stood up and hugged. All the puppets appeared at ringside celebrating. Strowman's coming home. Braun's coming home. And then with one hand, Braun shoves Bray out. Just pushes him off. And Bray gets a look on his face like, oh no. What does this mean? He takes off the mask, Braun that is, and he stomps it. Strowman then scooped up Wyatt as easily as he ever has. Anybody, basically. Scooped up Bray like he's Jack Gallagher or something. And just slammed him and pinned him. That was it. Bray lost again. Afterwards, Bray had a couple quick flash visions of the Fiend that popped up on screen. And that was it. So, like I said, the match had a slow pace to it and it dragged on at times. I guess this isn't over. Now the Fiend's going to come for Bray, if that's what I took from the visions afterwards. The Hacker appeared again. This time he looked to not be just targeting tag teams, but he said he's coming and everybody, nobody. He said he's watching everybody and nobody is safe. I'm getting tired of this gimmick or whatever it is. Like, I could care less about the Hacker now, to be honest. If they just stopped the Hacker thing today, I would never care. I honestly don't want to know who the Hacker is because I'm over it. They've been dragging this out for way too long with no real clue or anything, and it's just like, fuck, man. I could care less now who this damn Hacker is. Because at this point, it's just stupid. Okay? It served its point for the Mandy Sonia thing. They should have, after that, revealed who they were, and that was it. Other than that, what's this Hacker going to do? Like, is there anybody else that's been betraying somebody that we need to know about? What, Miz and Morrison? Are we finally going to turn Big E? No. So, to be honest, I'm over the Hacker. I'm done with it. I wish they just end the damn thing, because I don't think it's any... I think, to be honest, once we find out who the Hacker is, everyone's going to be disappointed. And I know what people are going to say. It might be CM Punk. You know what? I hope it's not. I would rather see CM Punk as a general manager than the fucking Hacker gimmick, to be 100% completely honest. And I'm not lying. So next up, we got the WWE title match. This was a great match. And I loved how it was just a match. They didn't have to have any smoke and mirrors. They didn't have to do any stupid gimmick type stuff. Nobody ran in and interfered. It was just a solid, beat down, perfect championship title match. I thought this match was the best thing on the show. McIntyre was firmly in control early until Rollins attacked to the knee. Rollins followed this up with a suicide dive to the floor. Rollins hit a sling blade for a near fall. Rollins applied a single leg Boston Crab and transitioned that into an STF. Rollins then moved into the crossface, but McIntyre made it to the ropes to break the hold. Rollins hit another suicide dive and followed it up with a knee off the apron. Rollins then hit a springboard knee off the barricade. Rollins then cleared the announce table and hit a third knee jumping off the announce table. Rollins attempted a suicide dive again, but this time McIntyre caught him and launched him over the announce table. McIntyre recovered and made a fiery comeback here, still selling the knee slightly. McIntyre then rocked Rollins with a big boot and came off the top rope. McIntyre went for the Claymore, but Rollins rolled under him, Rollins rolled under him and under the bottom rope. Rollins fought back, but McIntyre hit a spinebuster for a near fall. McIntyre went for the Future Shock DDT, but Rollins fought free. Rollins attempted to pin, but only got a 1. This is when McIntyre started firing up, but not before Rollins hit a picture-perfect, one of the best frog splashes I've seen in a long time. Only got another 1 off of it, which shocked Rollins. Rollins teased bringing in a chair, but then changed his mind. He knew better. Rollins went for the curb stomp, but McIntyre hit the Glasgow kiss. McIntyre climbed to the top, but Rollins cut him off. Rollins hit a superplex and the Falcon Arrow for a close near fall, and the Falcon Arrow that he hit was perfect. Like, he deadlifted up McIntyre and just smoothly transitioned to that Falcon Arrow. Like, these two were on their game tonight. Rollins attempted the stomp, but McIntyre reversed it into a future shock DDT for a near fall. McIntyre and Rollins then fought on the top turnbuckle. McIntyre tossed Rollins across the ring. McIntyre attempted a Claymore, but Rollins hit him with a super kick and a stomp for a very close near fall. Finish of the match then came when McIntyre hit the Glasgow Kiss, and Rollins bounced off the ropes. He hit a super kick, but then McIntyre bounced off the ropes into a Claymore for the victory to retain the WWE Championship. So after the match, McIntyre actually extended a handshake to Seth Rollins. Basically, he was like, you weren't the better man, but you did good tonight, and you gave me a fight. Again, I loved this match. That was one of the best matches we've seen since we've got the no arena, no crowd stuff, I guess you can call it. In the back, Charlie Caruso interviewed R-Truth. He acted as if he won earlier tonight and then called MVP a tough opponent. Truth said that he is sad to be alone and wants his 24/7, 47-11, I-95 South, whatever European championship back. He promised he's going to get his belt back, and he warned Tom Brady, I'm coming for you. Truth left, and Charlie Caruso informed everybody, he meant Rob Gronkowski. How funny would it be if they actually got Tom Brady? I doubt it would happen, but he's such good friends with Gronk. What if god dang Gronk was able to convince Tom Brady to be a part of this damn thing? The WWE 24/7 title. I'd be mind blown if they got Tom Brady, but I doubt they did. And then next up was the Money in the Bank ladder match. But before we talk about that, we got to talk about our sponsor. Sponsor for today's video, of course, it's Manscaped. Flowers are blooming and the grass is grooming, and it's time to mow your lawn. Thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped, you can trim the hedges below the belt safely and efficiently. I'm talking about ball trimmers. Manscaped is here to make sure your balls are smooth and smelling nice. And after all, it's time for spring cleaning. Manscaped is the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-belt waist grooming. They have forever changed the grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0. Precision engineering tools for your family jewels. The Perfect Package 3.0 kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 3.0 waterproof cordless body, trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your manscaping routine. This third-generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to prevent manscaping accidents. Millions of balls are about to be nick-free thanks to Manscaped's advanced skin-safe technology. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll also find the Manscaped Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. It's starting to get hot outside, and this is crucial so your balls stop sticking to your leg. And, as our treat, you'll find the Crop Reviver, which will keep your balls smelling fresh, just like spring flowers. Subscribe to the Perfect Package and get a new replacement blade refill for your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your door every 3 months, making sure your trimmer always stays hygienic and clean. For a limited time, subscribers also get 2 gifts: the Shed Travel Bag, a $39 value, and the patented high-performance anti-chafing Manscaped Boxer Briefs. I'm wearing them right now. I tell you, they're super comfortable. This is the Perfect Package for your Perfect Package. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use code PWUNLIMITED at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tool for the job. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code PWUNLIMITED at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use code PWUNLIMITED. It's spring cleaning, baby, and your balls will thank you. So with that going forward, we do have the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder matches. So the women started out in the lobby. The men started out in the gym. And, well, They called this unique. For the most part, it was pretty unique. It was funny, though, because the women everyone came out with their music. And so the women would come out, and Michael Cole would introduce them. But the men would come out, and they'd say nothing. Like, huh? So this all starts, and the first thing you say is, wait, no Asuka. Where's Asuka? All of a sudden, the camera pans up, and Asuka's on this little perch, and she dives on all the women. Asuka then runs and jumps into the elevator, barely gets the door closed in time before the other women can jump in the elevator. And here's where I had a problem. So we find out that all of these men and all of these women were thrown into this not knowing, even though they've said it every week on television, that the briefcases are on the roof. So Asuka takes the elevator up one floor. One. Only goes up one floor. The other women start running up the stairs. The men are fighting in the gym. Corbin tried to hit Daniel Bryan with a big old 45-pound plate. Bryan moved, and he shattered a mirror and put a hole in the wall. And I'm surprised more stuff didn't get broke than really did. Otis placed a heavy barbell on Styles' chest and trapped him. Styles asked for help, but Mysterio just ran off. This then made AJ mad, and he wanted to find Mysterio throughout. The men participants then ran off, and Mysterio bumped into Brother Love in the bathroom, one of just a couple of cameos. Not many, actually. The men moved into a hallway where Bryan, Otis, Black, and Corbin all ran into the same elevator and continued to fight. The women chased each other up the stairs. The women tried to get on the elevator, but the men got off. Everyone was brawling, so Asuka and Black snuck away. Bryan walked Corbin with some yes kicks and then left. A Doink the Clown impersonator. I don't think it was really Doink, but a Doink the Clown impersonator then was shown hiding behind a chair, just randomly. Okay. Jax, Baszler, Brooke, and Carmella fought in a conference room. Brooke wiped out Jax with a steel chair and noticed, hey, there's a briefcase hanging. So she pulled it down, thinking, oh my God, I just won. And then Stephanie McMahon appears on a monitor and literally says, Dana, you're in the Money in the Bank conference room. The briefcases are on the roof. That's not the real one. Also, please do something about Nia. She's drooling all over the floor. And my first thought was, how do these people not know that it's on the roof? Also, it would have been super cool. What would have been super cool is she got this briefcase that was full of money. And Stephanie should have she should have said the whole thing where the real briefcases with the contracts are on the roof. But, Dana, you found the secret $100,000 briefcase. You have just won $100,000. Now keep on fighting and get to the roof. I thought that would have been a cool thing. Because when I saw that briefcase full of money, I thought it was going to be like some hidden thing where whoever finds it wins money. Which would have been a super cool thing to do. But it wasn't. Carmella then hit Brooke with a picture of her winning Money in the Bank, moonwalked out of the room, but was then knocked out by Lacey Evans in the woman's right. So Styles was searching for Rey Mysterio in a hallway when all of a sudden he was spooked because he saw a picture of The Undertaker. A picture of The Undertaker. He then saw there was a door open with a purple light and a casket in it, and The Undertaker's music playing, and Styles started to have boneyard match flashbacks. Black would then show up and kick AJ Styles into the room and close the door. His one fatal flaw, he didn't lock it. Paul Heyman was then seen enjoying a huge-ass feast of his own. It was like he was in the catering room or whatever. Well, he wasn't in the catering room, but it was like he had catering all to himself. So everybody shows up. Men and the women. And Heyman's looking at everybody. And he's like, excuse me, my name is... And Dana Brooke bumps into him. Then all of a sudden, Otis thought it was a smart decision to throw a platter of food into Paul Heyman's face and then yell food fight. At some point, for some stupid-ass reason, Shayna Baszler locked the Karafuda clutch on Rey. All of a sudden, Nia Jax and Otis ran towards each other and sandwiched Rey Mysterio. Rey knocked down on the floor. This ended with Otis and Nia Jax just looking at each other. Nia went one way. Otis went the other way, and Otis ended up in the cafeteria where he found a lot of food and pie. All of a sudden, Johnny Ace, or John Laurinaitis, would appear on his little rascal, and he would look at Otis and go, "People power," before getting a pie in the face. The women all battled upstairs and got on the roof first. Black and Bryan fought in a hallway when Styles showed up. Bryan and Styles fought into Vince McMahon's office, where Vince was actually there. They realized Vince was there, and they stopped in their tracks and go, sorry, Vince. Yeah, we're sorry. And they fixed all the chairs that they knocked around, and Vince was like, "Get out!" And so they were like, we're sorry. So they get out, and Vince gets some hand sanitizer and squeezes it on his hand. He starts cleaning his hands, and then just turns around and keeps on working like there's not a 12-person Money in the Bank match going on in his building. We go outside Vince's office, and both Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles are, "Oh, hey, yeah, you got intimidated by Vince in there. Oh, you cowered a little to him, blah, blah, blah." And then they started fighting, and yeah, it was like, whatever. So Asuka and Nia Jax were the first to make it to the roof. Jax cleared the ring and brought in a ladder. She climbed it up, or started to climb up, but Asuka cut her off. Evans then tried to climb up, and Asuka pulled her down. Asuka and Evans fought on the top of the ladder, and Asuka knocked Evans off, and she landed on Nia. Asuka then climbed to the top, and Corbin ran up. And for some reason, Asuka and Corbin start going at it like they're going for the same damn briefcase. Corbin tries to stop Asuka for some reason, so Asuka just knocks him off the ladder. "Corbin, you down." Asuka then grabs the briefcase. Boom, Asuka has won Money in the Bank. The match then turned into a basic ladder match at this point. Mysterio and Black were in there fighting on top of the ladder when Styles would knock them over. Corbin grabbed Mysterio and tossed him over the side of the building. Yes, Rey Mysterio was thrown off the building, and from what I'm hearing, Rey Mysterio may have just been killed off television because he may be done with WWE. If you don't remember, Rey signed a 3-year contract with WWE back in 2018. Well, 2-year contract, I digress. 2-year contract. Contract is supposed to be up October of this year, but he has an 18-month out clause that was supposed to be up in April. From what I'm hearing, Rey may have taken that 18-month out clause, and this was the final time we may see Rey Mysterio on WWE television. So Corbin then threw Black over the side of the building as well. I don't think that's a write-off for Black, though. Styles then hit a phenomenal forearm on Otis. Styles and Corbin fought on the top of the ladder. They both have their hands on the briefcase, ready to pull it down when Elias would show up and smash a guitar over Corbin's back. This actually also caused AJ Styles to fumble the briefcase, and it fell directly in the hands of Otis. Otis would catch the briefcase and be declared the winner of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Yes, I didn't lie. I didn't stutter. Otis won Money in the Bank. So that was it. That was Money in the Bank. The show went 2.5 hours if you don't count the pre-show. So, short show. I would have rather seen someone other than Otis win because I can't see Otis cashing in successfully, like, at all. And this person here in the text message says, "Really? Otis and Asuka win? WTF?" Well, Asuka winning was the right choice. It was either going to be Asuka or Shayna Baszler. Nobody else made sense. So Asuka winning, I'm all for it. But Otis, what the hell? Also, if you guys want to give me your thoughts on tonight's show, you can do so by texting 510-906-1341. Text your thoughts to 510-906-1341. Got a couple more text messages here to read. This person says this was a great pay-per-view and Black Spot was crazy. The Ray Black Spot was crazy. Yeah, it was. The person says Money in the Bank was really good. I thought Otis winning was awesome. I wouldn't go that far. Do you see him actually cashing in? I don't see Otis successfully cashing in. And if he does, what the fuck are they thinking? I just don't see it. Honestly, before he even tries to cash in, I can see him losing the briefcase. A Mr. Anderson or Mr. Kennedy type deal. Another person says, can you honestly see Otis as Universal Champion? If someone takes the strap off Braun, it's got to be a big name. I can't see Otis beating Braun or a big money drawing name. Thoughts? Yeah, he's not. He's not a big money drawing name. He gets over with the hardcore fans because they like his shtick, but he doesn't have, and I'm not trying to knock Otis here, he doesn't have the look or the what's the word I'm looking for? The build-up to being a world champion. Person here says, my thoughts on Money in the Bank is it was really entertaining show. And I just hope Ray and Black are not dead. Also, what are your thoughts on Otis and Asuka winning Money in the Bank, and when do you think will be the right time for you? I've already talked about that. As far as cashing in, I don't know, but we're going to get a face-to-face or something tomorrow between Asuka and Becky Lynch. Person says, what do you see Black, Bryan, and AJ doing now that they've lost? AJ face turn, your thoughts? Too hard to say. I honestly can't. I don't know. Person says, was Otis a last-minute decision in your opinion? I don't know. I honestly hadn't heard anything about this match as far as winners and what took place in the match. This was kept a very, very good secret. Also, this person says, do you think the Edge-Orton feud will extend? Looks like it. Looks like it. But with that, my folks, was Money in the Bank. Again, the show, if you don't count the pre-show, was shorter than a Monday Night Raw. I thought the show was better than expected. And now, we move in to Money in the Bank tomorrow. Or no, not Money in the Bank tomorrow. Monday Night Raw tomorrow. We know of a couple things for this show, like Edge and Orton will be on the show, as well as Becky Lynch confronting Asuka. And we'll see how that all does go. So with that, if we do hear anything else regarding tonight's Money in the Bank, we will let you guys know about it right here on the PWU Unlimited YouTube channel. So with that, have a good night, guys. You can follow us on social media, on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. You can follow us on Twitter at PW Unlimited. Follow us on Instagram, just search Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and you can follow me basically everywhere at Timmy Buddy. You can follow me on Twitter at Timmy Buddy and twitch.tv/Timmy Buddy. So with that, have a good night, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow after Raw.